Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking the video out. Today we have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. So diving right into the first topic, we're talking again about Hogwarts Legacy. This is coming from PlayStation Lifestyle, where they say WB Games has explained how Hogwarts Legacy save systems work, bringing some good news for those who want to try out different characters. The game will support 4 separate character save slots, each with both automatic and manual save functionalities. As spotted by MP First, WB Games' support Twitter account confirmed in response to a fan question that each of the 4 character save slots will further have 5 automatic save slots and 10 manual save slots. Unfortunately, there will be no cross-platform save functionality. However, fans can link all the platforms that they own the game on to redeem rewards in each version. So I figured I would just kind of let you guys know about this because, as you can tell, the hype for Hogwarts Legacy is very high right now. A lot of people very much looking forward to this game. So I figured I would just let you guys know what to expect when it comes to the different save slots. Moving to the next topic, though, we're talking about another game that I think people are pretty excited about, that being Atomic Heart. Reading from PlayStation Universe, they say developer Mundfish has announced on Twitter that Atomic Heart on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S will run at a solid 60 FPS after being quizzed whether or not the game would offer a 60 FPS 1440p on consoles. So they specifically said solid 60 FPS, 4K in dungeons, and dynamic resolution, mostly 4K at 60 FPS in open world, next gen, of course. So it's nice to get the confirmation that this game is going to run at 60 FPS on the current gen consoles. They don't mention anything regarding like a fidelity mode running at 30 FPS or anything like that. So I guess the assumption here is that this game in general is just going to run at 60 frames per second, and it will have like a dynamic resolution that can go up to, I would assume, native 4K and, you know, drop below that where it has to maintain that 60 FPS. But, you know, if we hear anything more on it, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Next up, we have a update on Black Myth Wukong. This is a game that a lot of people, I think, are looking forward to. Again, from PlayStation Universe, it says Game Science has announced that Black Myth Wukong will launch in summer of 2024 and has released a new short film to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Black Myth Wukong was originally penciled in for a 2023 release on current-gen consoles and PC, but that has now obviously changed. Black Myth Wukong is based on the 16th century novel Journey to the West, and its gameplay will take inspiration from the Souls franchise by From Software. Players are put in control of Sun Wukong, aka the Monkey King, as they battle against enemies and have the ability to transform into other beings, including flying insects and giant creatures. And this is a game that many people have been impressed by time and time again every time we've seen it. It's a game that has quite a bit of hype and excitement around it. And so, yeah, it is disappointing that it's not going to be releasing this year. But, you know, still, I think it looks like a promising game. And so I don't necessarily mind waiting a little bit longer, as long as it means, you know, it'll be a quality product when it releases. Moving on from that, I just wanted to also let everybody know that a PlayStation 5 version of DC Universe Online is planned for this year. This was revealed by Daybreak Game Company, and they have announced that a next-gen version is coming to not just PS5, but the Xbox Series consoles as well this year. The news comes following the 12th anniversary of DC Universe Online, where the studio revealed plans for the next few months. Quote, "Work will continue on our next-gen console releases for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X due later this year," end quote. So they don't have a specific month yet, but, you know, it's nice to get that confirmation. I'm actually kind of surprised because I thought for some reason that DC Universe Online already did have like a native PS5 and Xbox Series version, but I guess it's taking a little bit longer than I expected. And so I'm actually curious. Let me know if this is a game you actually still play. I'm surprised to be talking about it because I feel like I did dabble in this game a long time ago, just a little bit. So, you know, to hear about its 12th anniversary, man, that's been a long time. So, yeah, be curious to see what you guys have to say. Moving on from that, though, we are talking about the Last of Us HBO series once again. Apparently, it's off to a great start with fantastic fan reception. After being showered with unanimous praise by critics, The Last of Us HBO TV series has wooed fans over. HBO has yet to release viewership data, but at the time of this writing, the first episode has earned an audience score of 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on thousands of ratings. Over on Twitter, the show was trending ahead of the NFL in the United States last night. Gauging feedback on several social media channels and sites like Reddit, the general consensus is that both Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey put on an excellent performance as Joel and Ellie, respectively. Overall, fans praised the entire cast, noting strong performances by everyone. Naughty Dog co-president Neil Druckmann and creator Craig Mazin have both been praised for the show's writing and pacing. And so I wanted to ask you guys, for those who have watched the first episode so far, what do you think of it? Is it living up to your expectations? Do you agree with the general consensus? Do you agree with the reviews and the even audience score on Rotten Tomatoes? I'm going to be curious to see what you guys have to say. But continuing to talk about The Last of Us, apparently a trial for The Last of Us Part 1 has been added to PlayStation Plus Premium. From PlayStation Lifestyle, they say Sony has added The Last of Us Part 1 to PS Plus Premium game trials for January 2023, just in time for the HBO series world premiere. The PS5 remake of the 2013 game released in September of 2022 and is set to launch on PC soon. The official Naughty Dog Twitter account says, if you experience the world of The Last of Us for the first time tonight and can't wait to see more, you can purchase The Last of Us Part 1 now on PS5 and play along as the show airs weekly. So yeah, I figured I would just let you guys know about this. I don't know how many of you are subscribed to PS Plus Premium and haven't played The Last of Us, or maybe you are subscribed to Premium, you chose to pass on The Last of Us Part 1. This would be a good way to kind of just try it out, see how you feel about the PS5 version compared to the remastered version if you played it. But we are moving on to the next topic, which is a pretty significant update, I would say, to the upcoming PS5 Slim. Now, this once again comes from Tom Henderson. This is the individual who has been telling us about what to expect with the PS5 Slim console, how it's going to offer a detachable disk drive. A couple of updates he's giving us is, number one, apparently the detachable disk drive will not be compatible with the current version of the digital PS5. I think that some people are not going to be happy about this, but I don't know. We'll have to see whether or not this turns out to be true and, how people are going to react to that if it's announced that way. But he also makes it clear that this console is being treated internally at Sony as like a brand new console. They're calling it the PlayStation 5 Gen 2, essentially. And on top of that, as far as he's aware, there are no changes being made to the internals of the console. So I guess he wanted to stress that, to make it known that even though Sony is treating this like a new console, it's not being changed dramatically internally. It's not like a PS5 Pro. It's not going to be more powerful. So to me, this is all very interesting. Tom Henderson also did say that he is planning to give us some type of update on the PlayStation 5 Pro, apparently. So I'll be sure to update you guys when we get that. But, to me, this is pretty interesting because I'm looking forward to seeing what this PlayStation 5 Slim looks like. There's no arguing that the PS5 is a very large console. I think quite a few people, including myself, were kind of surprised when we first saw it. Like, wow, that's different, right? Like, that's not necessarily what I was expecting Sony to go with. I think it looks good. I like the look of the PS5. But, after having this model for a couple years now and seeing it in all the marketing, I'm going to be really curious to see, what the next generation of the PS5 ends up looking like. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'll be curious to see what you guys have to say. Moving on to the final topic, though, something that I think is potentially very exciting. We have a new rumor coming from what was once, I guess, a retired leaker, but maybe he's coming out of retirement to give us this information. Sony is reportedly set to reveal some more third-party content very soon, maybe hinting at a state of play. This is reading from PlayStation Universe, and it says, Leaker the Snitch has dropped off some tantalizing tidbits in his public Discord server, with one of his sources claiming that PlayStation is gearing up for some third-party content announcements very soon. Quote, a reliable source has DM'd me on Twitter to say that PlayStation is about to announce third-party stuff very soon, end quote. The snitch had previously said that he was taking a break from leaking and such things, although it's important to note that he wasn't the one breaking the story. It was a source that contacted him. So I guess that's kind of, why this is different compared to what he used to do. It is true he's not necessarily leaking specifics. He's just saying that, he has a source. This is what he's heard. So at this point, to me, it feels like things are really beginning to heat up. We're starting to hear a few different things coming from different sources. And a lot of times when this happens, it definitely means that something's going on behind the scenes. And so it wouldn't surprise me if we do get a stated play of some kind from Sony. But what's interesting is that everything we've heard so far has claimed that it's going to happen in either February or March, and even in May. And we're kind of in the middle of January now, so him saying very soon, this seems to imply that it could be within like the next week or two. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about Metal Gear Solid, and hopefully Konami's going to reveal something there. It's hard to say if this is what this is for. I mean, if I had to guess, we're right around the corner of PSVR 2 launching, so when it comes to like third-party stuff, I don't know. Maybe it could be like a dedicated PSVR 2 stated play. To me, that sounds like it would make a lot of sense. But in general, I'm looking forward to whatever this may be. Hopefully, Sony is going to bring out some solid announcements for their first show. That's not CES of 2023. So let me know your thoughts on this. That's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Leave it a like if you did. Subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.